You know, I haven't talked about how reckless men are on motorboats, but now I'm going to do that. As I'm walking the dogs, look, those are horses. Hold on. Look at that. Ah, and there's some cows over there. So somebody tagged me in this video. Hold on. Look at that. Door, horses, 2 dogs. I'm in heaven. I'm dog sitting in my in-laws village. Okay, somebody tagged me in this today. Shout out to the amazing mom who saved her baby from the car seat before the truck, trailer, and boat went in the water. So I was not prepared for this. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know the story behind this, but I've been talking about water a lot lately because of seeing someone drown while I was on family vacation last month. And then, yeah, just these stories in the news of that chef who drowned tubing. I actually had a nightmare about that last night. Again, I'm having reliving all of my water trauma and death from being a raft guide and whatever. But I forgot about motorized boats. I haven't talked about that yet. If you didn't see yesterday, I talked about divorce boats, which is when tandem kayaks, and how men really show how awful they are when you go canoeing or kayaking with them, because they always want to be in the back, but they're the worst at directions. They're the worst at being reckless. They're the worst at like everything you need to be a leader, and they're in the back. And they run women into rocks and stuff all the time. Anyway, I talked about that yesterday. I'll hopefully remember to tag that video. But this is about motorized boats. Now, I do not have a lot of experience in motorized boats because that's not my thing. I'd rather not have a motor. No judgment for people who have motorized boats. But anyway, I prefer a quiet ride. But I don't like motorized boats because it's almost always men driving them. Almost always. I almost never have seen a woman driving one of those boats. And I have a lot of experience being around those boats while not being in a motorized boat, because we used to take a bunch of teenagers when I was a whitewater raft guide, and I taught Hollywood kids outdoor stuff, like the most famous children, the most famous people's children. And every year, every fall, or actually in the spring too, we'd take a few big trips, like a week, like 5 days long or whatever, on the Colorado River. And we're in canoes, and I did not realize how awful men are in boats until I cannot tell you how many times they almost crashed into my kids' boats, full speed. Because men, motorized boats, and alcohol, and trying to impress each other, those things combined, that's what you get. Because like in the Colorado River down by, like, whenever it gets close to a dam, that's where it turns into like a lake for a while. Screw dams, by the way, know anything about water, but whether it was down in the southern Colorado or if it's up near in Vegas, there's a lake there because of dams. And I cannot tell you, like, they break all the rules. They're going full speed in the no wake zone. Like, and what we would do with our kids is, a lot of times we would make pods, where you tie all the canoes together, and we would, have lunch that way, or have like a lesson that way. So the kids are not always just in their own canoes. So when you're in a pod, you're even bigger. You got like, what? I don't even know, 6 or 7 canoes tied together, and you're just kind of floating around in like there's hardly even a current. And then, you tie it up with rope, and then when you're ready to keep paddling, I mean, days on the river are long. And we would even be in a pod, a giant pod. It's bigger than a boat. And they'd almost run right into them. Oh, look, the horse is moving around. It's like every man oh my God, look, they want to say hi. But I don't trust you, Mose. Well, hello there. Look at the little pony in the back. Hi, sweet baby. Sorry for the little intermission. Pony intermission. He's in paradise. Anyway, it's like men who always really wished that they could drive a monster truck will get a boat. You know what I mean? And they're just like, okay, I'm really sorry, but they are just gonna sit here and stare at us while we do this. So anyway, okay, look at that. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not supposed to be about horses, but now it is. Searching the story about one of the many stories of men getting, dads especially, getting their kids on a dude took her life, and her best friend was in the boat with both of them. The dude took a turn too fast and ran straight into another boat. And I guess she was tubing behind him. He wanted to press charges when they found out how reckless this dude had been with this 24. And apparently she had been really worried, and she's not one to worry because this dude was being so reckless. Pleading with the driver to slow down, and he did it, and she died. And her friend had to watch it, her best friend. She was innocent and taken so violently because of someone else's decision to be reckless. Someone else, usually men. And don't think that men outgrow this stuff. Even though this was like a younger guy, I don't know how old he is. He looks like he's in his 20s. They are no different when they have children and they're in their 50s. So just be careful of this. I'm surprised I'm still alive. Not because of all the jobs I've worked and the things I've done, but because of the men I have been around and the things that I've done, being like, oh my God, because I'm adventurous. She was very spontaneous and she loved to have fun. She got invited out on a boat and she had no idea that would be the last day of her life. And then the day of her funeral, the dude who had unalived her took his own life. Like, that, okay, if he had, all the days, the day of her funeral, he was leaving because they do not like that horse. I don't know why. They can't stand that horse. Now I got a cow to deal with. So many animals out here. I love it. Wait, before I finish, hold on, look at this. Ha! A chateau. A chateau. There's so many like random castles or whatever all over. Anyway, animals and castles in the countryside. Yeah, so that dude took his own life the day of her funeral. Can you imagine that? But that's just how men are conditioned. It's like, even when they mess up, they still make it about themselves. Like, can you imagine that family? Now they have, like, they're probably going to feel guilty that this man, I still do it. The media has taught me to, boys will be boys even when they're 50 or 24 or what. That man took his own life, and now they're going to probably think it's because they pressed charges and they were trying to hold him accountable. Like, whatever. I hope that they don't blame themselves. There's a chance that they will blame themselves for him schmoociding, while also dealing with the death of their 24-year-old daughter. That poor friend. Oh my God, she's gonna have that visual in her memory forever. Of course, there's this story, and everyone's been asking me to talk. This woman, was she like 21 or something? This college student died horrifically in Half Dome in Yosemite. I'm not saying it's all her dad's fault, but the way they're talking about this, and even the way he's talking about it, is so annoying. Got to show you where I'm walking. This is just like a little path. Look at that. Pfft, God. Ah! Ouch. Oh my God. Ah! Ow. I should not be walking and talking, but I am. The way, he came out immediately and was like, the trail's not safe. Okay, that's a big factor. They should probably redo it, but it's been like that forever, bro. You knew. Apparently they were warned that weather was going to come in. Like, I get it. It's a tragic accident. I'm not blaming it on the dad, but I'm saying it's more of the same. But the way he described their final moments of, like, the way he's been on this media tour being like, her final words were, this is all I've ever wanted. Like, I forget what the quote is, but it's ridiculous. I'm like, dude, why are you saying all this? You should be grieving. Why are you out there telling people her final words were, I love you so much, Dad. I've been wanting, this is my life bucket list, blah, blah, blah. Really? Really? Is that what she said? Or are you afraid people are going to blame you for climbing Half Dome when there's a thunderstorm moving in? Anyway, I'm not blaming him. Accidents happen, but I swear to God, every time someone dies in the wilderness or on boats or anything, there's almost always a dad involved or just a man in general. And their terrible judgment, please stop following these men into the wilderness. Do not let them lead you. Trust your intuition. If you don't feel safe, trust that. If you're wrong, whatever, you miss out on something fun. If you're right, you don't listen, you die. Like, I'm all about stepping outside your comfort zone. We call it, in the outdoor world, when I would teach ropes courses, we call it challenge by choice. Challenge yourself. but never take away someone's consent by making them do something they're not ready to do or they don't feel comfortable with. Like, I swear, if men just understood consent in general. Look at this house, by the way. All these farmy houses. Up, and I'm gonna get some blueberry, or whatever you call it, blackberry. If men and boys were taught from an early age about consent across the board, not just around schmegs, but just literally consent and being thoughtful and valuing human life, this would not happen as much, because they're not even taught to value their own lives. They're taught to place their ego above their safety. And so if they've got people involved, whether it's their friends, their partners, or their children, they got to look good for the other bros, man. They want to be a hero. So many of these men literally put women in danger just so they can save them. And people have said this before too, about this whole, like, all those videos of like dads like doing something at the last minute to save a kid. Their reflexes are so great. Why were you not watching that baby? Like most of those videos, it was like, why did he have to like reach over and save the kid before he fell off of something? Like, that kid, if you were actually watching him, would probably not always, but so many of those videos, whenever you watch those videos of like dads, I forget what they're called, but dads just being so quick to like dad instincts or whatever it's called. Over half of those videos, it's like, why was that baby doing that? Why was that toddler doing that? They will just put people in danger so they can save them. These men with the hero complex especially, they could be the nicest guy, so caring and thoughtful. They need to be a hero all the time. I don't know about you, but I don't need a hero. I don't want to be saved. I don't want to be put in a position where I have to be saved. I don't save myself. And if I don't save myself, women usually save me, not men. So a part of decentering men is decentering their judgment, because we've been taught to just follow them, to trust them, that they're the leaders, that they know best about things they don't even know. They're just pretending to know. They don't know. And a lot of times they're just trying to show off. They have just been, oh my God, look. Ah. Look. Oh God. There's a little neighborhood. Sorry, this is the most ADHD video I've done in a while. But learn, part of my healing journey, part of my feminism, part of like all of this stuff is to get in touch with my intuition and trust it and listen to it. And every once in a while, it's hard to know the difference between your fear and your intuition, because a lot of times I'm afraid to do something and I'm like, oh, my intuition is saying no, it's actually fear. It's hard to get in touch with that voice. But when it comes to like being in a situation with men, always trust your intuition. Always. I would rather any woman miss out on something fun and adventurous than end up dead. Anyway, thanks for listening. Follow my Patreon if you want to see more stuff like this. I post a lot of travel content over there. I've got 2 lives coming up, one with Cecilia Regina in a week, and one with one of the lawyers that took down Larry Nassar in September. So anyway, and if you can't afford to follow my, a tier, you'll at least get notified when I do videos so that you can keep up with what I'm doing. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye. Let me know if you heard the comment song. Here we go, it's the comment song. It's the time for you to write a comment. Comment on the horses or mows or lucky or nothing, or the topic of the video I just talked about, or just say hi. Comment song. I know it's distracting with all these pretty pictures and now a video. Oh my God, what's the point of the comment song if you're still watching? I guess you'll have to hit pause to write your comment, but I don't know, I like giving you a little slice of my life just for fun. And why not? The comment song is ending now. Are you done tapping? Tap, 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 tap. Okay, and voila, let me know if you heard the comment song.